Well, you can't make this stuff up. They are going to go full tilt identity politics on HBO's Harry Potter, at least as far as they can. We know that J.K. Rowling does have some veto power there, so there's probably not going to be a trans Harry Potter anytime soon. But the rest of the virtue signaling is still on the table, and this is pretty expected. We've seen it before. In the Harry Potter stage play, they race-swapped Hermione, and looks like Severus Snape is going to get the same treatment in HBO's iteration of the TV series. We're going to get into this in just a second. Oh my gosh. They can't help themselves in Hollywood, my friends, and that's why we report the news here. So please smash that like and subscribe button as we are approaching 50,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching us. Really appreciate you being there. We are focused on pop culture with all things science fiction and fantasy. So we're going to be covering Harry Potter every step of the way. And I write my own YA fiction myself as a fantasy writer. This is an airship adventure about an airship crew who goes out and fights monsters. Pretty fun stuff. It's just action adventure that is perfect for the entire family. And so grab this right now. Grab it for Christmas as a gift. There's a 6-book series. You can load somebody up for their Christmas reading, and really appreciate you for being there. It's in the description below. We've had a great couple of weeks of sales, all thanks to readers like you. If you enjoy Harry Potter, you're definitely going to love this series. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for you in the description. All right. So yes, this rumor hit last night with this race swap happening, with HBO and Warner Brothers replacing Severus Snape in the upcoming TV series, despite the company's promise to remain authentic to the original books. And this is where Hollywood's going to get into things. Like, they're going to pretend that authentic does not mean changing the characters at some point. It's very bizarre. It's like if Snape was a transgender, that wouldn't be okay, but it's like, but 10 years from now, maybe they will do a transgender Snape. I mean, who knows? This is exactly where they go with things. And it's very, very sad to watch. So J.K. Rowling, of course, was a liberal icon for a long, long time, and she always tried to virtue signal as much as she possibly could, up until like the transgender topic hit. And then she decided to say, wait a minute, I don't like these dudes in dresses being hailed as a woman, especially in sports and things like that. They're encroaching in our spaces. It's causing problems. It's causing assault problems, and it's causing women to just lose out on having any sort of sports competitions. It's terrible for women, and it really is. But she always did the best she could before. Like I said, they had a stage play adaptation where they've already done this kind of race swapping thing. On top of that, like, she went out of her way to say that Dumbledore was gay, even though it was not in the books, it was not put in there. She wanted to virtue signal to the crowd about that out of the thing. So we could see a little bit of that getting into this HBO show. You know, HBO loves to put that kind of thing into their shows as it is. Hollywood reporters Boris Kitt and James Hibbard reported that actor Paapa Essiedu, I hope I pronounced that right, sorry if I didn't, chat, has been offered the part of Severus Snape, although it's not clear if negotiations have begun in earnest. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone book, she describes Snape as Professor Quirrell in his absurd turban was talking to a teacher with greasy black hair, a hooked nose, and shallow skin. Sounds Jewish to me. Oh. But then Harry asked Percy who the teacher was. No wonder he's looking so nervous. That's Professor Snape. Elsewhere, she describes him as Gryffindors came spilling into the field. She saw Snape land nearby, white-faced and tight-lipped, and Harry held a hand on his soldier and looked up upon Dumbledore's smiling face. Now, in the original movies, he was played by Alan Rickman, and Alan Rickman is one of the greatest actors Hollywood has had in the last, can't even remember at this juncture, probably ever. And so anybody who takes this role at this point is going to have a major problem being compared to him, because Alan Rickman just did such a great job, and may he rest in peace. But he was a large part of why the franchise was a success, and he actually felt like Snape. He was correct to the books as per the movie, and it paid off for them. And that really goes to show to Hollywood, if you do something accurate to the books, if you do treat our IP with respect and you do it the way that it's supposed to be, you have a win, because the books always work out. The books are done a certain way because those writers are typically a little bit better. That's kind of how things go. And when Hollywood decides to try to change things, to try to make their social agendas a big thing, it always ends up biting them in the butt, no matter what it is. And so this is a terrible casting idea at this point. Now, if they do indeed show they are going to be casting him, it shows their initial promise that the show would be authentic to the books was nothing more than a bald-faced lie, and that's what they promised. So in the press release is what they said. They said the stories from each of Rowling's Harry Potter books will become a decade-long series produced with the same epic craft, love, and care this global franchise is known for. The series will feature a new cast to lead a generation of fandom full of the fantastic detail, much-loved characters, and dramatic locations Harry Potter fans have loved for over 20 years. Each season will be authentic to the original books and bring Harry Potter these incredible adventures to new audiences around the world, while the original classic and beloved films will remain the core of the franchise and available to watch globally. J.K. Rowling noted at the time, Max's comment to preserving the integrity of my books is important to me, and I'm looking forward to being a part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by long-form television series. Furthermore, casting call on Wizarding World, for a website for Harry Potter's Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley stated, the TV series, which will serve as a faithful adaptation to J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter's books, recently found its showrunner, while Mark Mylod will direct several episodes and serve as executive producer. However, the casting call said in fine print, we are committed to inclusive and diverse casting. This is a big red flag. For every role, please submit qualified performers without regard to ethnicity, sex, disability, race, sexual orientation, gender identity, or any basis protected by the law, unless otherwise specifically stated. So this is going to be a thing where they're going to, of course, try to promote whatever weird diversity deal that they're going to try to push out there. They also hired Andy Greenwald to be one of its writers, according to the Writers Guild of America listing. He made it clear he was not interested in doing a rigorous adaptation of the books, despite what Max said, which means they could be changing things quite a bit. And this is where I think they're going to put some weird gay stuff in for Dumbledore as well, my friends. I'm very sad about that. He initially bluntly responded yes, then he explained how popular the novels of the franchise were. He said, this is really, really rich. They're really long books, especially later in the series. People adore them. Successive generations are discovering them and loving them every day. The stories are packed everywhere, and they're around the country, around the world. People are buying chocolate frogs and hats of owls, and all of it, you can monetize almost every single aspect of it, and they kind of have. So the idea of incredibly rigorous text-to-screen adaptation is, I think, probably a safe bet to success. Well, it is, and it's like I said before. The original films worked because Harry Potter looked like Harry Potter in the books. Hermione looked like Hermione in the books. Snape looked like Snape. Dumbledore looked like Dumbledore. And, of course, our favorite gingers look like our favorite gingers. They'll be the first to get replaced if this kind of thing happens. And this is again, I expect it to happen. I expect it to be going on. Now, they have reached out to him. I believe Screen Rant reached out about the casting, and they did a very vague thing saying, we can neither confirm nor deny. There's a bunch of actual people who are high-profile actors looking at this. So they didn't deny it, despite this report. They didn't say that, no, this isn't going to happen. We're not going to cast somebody who is clearly not right for the part. So it could be a very, very true rumor at this point, and I wouldn't put it past HBO, and I don't even think that J.K. Rowling will do anything to put a stop to it. What do you think about this casting choice, my friends? I think it's pretty crazy that they go there in 2024. They know better at this point. This is something that will kill the show if they do this kind of thing. Hit the like and subscribe button, and please check out some great fantasy in For Steam and Country, my steampunk fantasy book. You'll absolutely love this. Grab the whole series on Amazon. It's in the description below. Appreciate you for being there.